Hello everyone, CrystalFissure here and welcome to the autumn build of Spyro Spring Savanna, Spyro 2 Spring Savanna. Get ready to be blown away. Many of you have probably already seen this, but this is absolutely unreal. Like, genuinely, this blew me away. And you know how passionate I am about fan games, about Spyro in general. This is honestly one of the best things I've ever seen in my almost 10 years of being on YouTube. I really mean it.
Hey, Spyro. Welcome to Avalar's homeworld of Spring Savanna. You've come just in time. Remember to check your guidebook by pressing the start button and choosing the guidebook option to see which orbs you have collected.
So that was Soluri doing the voice of Alora. Fantastic voice. I mean, very, very authentic. I mean, it's almost as close as you could get really without actually hiring Melissa Disney. So they've added in, I feel like I don't remember these rocks, but at the very least, in the original version, you were definitely not able to, control the game as well as you are here. Now, again, this is not done, but I feel like this is one of those things where it's like, told you so to people that were critical on Spring Savanna's controls early on, because I was showing off footage that was using older builds. Now this is a much more up-to-date build, and you're being able to see just how competent the developers of this game are in terms of making it feel authentic. And again, there's still a ways to go. Sparks is now working. We've got gems in the level, and that's just fantastic. I mean, already, like, I feel so much more immersed in this version than I do in the last one. There's a great color to it. Color theory is massively important in Spyro the Dragon, especially with the lighting and everything, and how they light things with vertex colors and lighting and whatnot. And this is just a masterclass in looking like a Spyro game, but it's not been developed by Insomniac. I mean, you put this team, with a few more years experience, you give them the skill they have now, you add a couple more people to the team, and to me, you've got a Spyro game that is potentially as good as the originals. I mean, it's phenomenal, the level of talent involved in this. I know I'm tooting their horn so much, but at the end of the day, I mean, I talk to Rubber Rabbit quite a lot, one of the developers behind this, and I know how passionate he is about Spyro and game development in general, but everyone else involved too. It's just a tremendous job they've done, and it really shows that this is a team effort. Like being able to get all these things right and, work together, and each person specializing on a different aspect of the game. That's important. This section here, I don't remember this in the original footage of it, but maybe I'm not remembering. But yeah, I don't know. I really like it. I think it looks very, very cool. The water, actually, the swimming is fairly good too so far. Like, it's not done, but I mean, I'm guessing it's not done. But yeah, it looks pretty damn good. I really actually love the blue. Just the blue contrast with the sort of the browny purple rocks is just the best contrast ever, if you ask me. I wonder what's going to be down there. Obviously, I'm guessing, I mean, the way it looks like they haven't added gems everywhere yet. I think it's more just a proof of concept at the start. They're showing there are gems. But this was uploaded on MonacledPotato's YouTube channel, so make sure you do check that out. That's the original source for that, and I'll make sure to link to it. But I just needed to talk about this. I needed to show off how cool this is, and I'm glad that everyone on the channel, I mean, so many people that are subscribed to my channel are actually like really interested in Spring Savanna, and to me that makes me very happy, because I think it's something that deserves attention. All the Spyro fan games do, but this has come along, and it's constantly breaking expectations of what people think is a good Spyro game. The standard has been lifted now, and I've said similar things with other stuff as well. We've seen some of the other excellent fan games going on as well, like Myths Awake and Mortis Mayhem and stuff like that. But this is what happens when you take the original style and emulate it in a way that feels so accurate, but it doesn't feel like just a copy. Like, you can still see Rubber Rabbit's flair in there, like his design flair. You can still see, existing skyboxes made cooler, like with the Glacial Falls one. And even stuff like this, look at, essentially, you're getting better graphics than the original PS1, because the level of detail, the new level of detail sort of system with the sort of the way that it's distance, and you can, see everything in the distance. to me, that's fantastic. I think it was GB Man or something like that has said that they prefer, are they going to add level of detail to certain fan games? But I think this kind of level of detail is the best because it looks fantastic. Now, at this point, I almost wish that I did this live because I had no idea they were going to be going into Glacial Falls. Have a look at this. This is our first look at a new level. Glacial Falls. I believe that's one of the skyboxes. That's I reckon that might be like Frozen Altars or Skelos, not Skelos, the other one, but just with with a purple hue and everything. And the skybox maker is just so good. Like Rubber Rabbit's skybox maker is unreal. That's an NPC apparently. It's one of our friends that we're going to talk to, and oh my god, just gorgeous. I love it. What is not to love about this? What I also like, and other people talk about this in the comment section. I was a bit confused there. The thing goes. Okay, sorry, I couldn't resist. I could not resist. I blame you, Trolley Mouse, for bringing that up in a Discord, and now I can't stop saying it. Okay, that's what I'm going to just say that whenever I get confused. But yeah, what I'm seeing here is it almost feels very Spyro 1-esque to me. There's something slightly, I mean, it's very, very colorful, but there's also something kind of washed out to it as well. And the skybox kind of reminds me, like the colors kind of remind me a little bit of Magic Crafters and what's the other one? Dreamweavers as well. There's sort of this Spyro 1-esque nature to it, and that to me is fantastic. I like that a lot. I think that's really cool. Look, for example, particularly this, like the kind of off color, you can see that the ice, the snow hasn't covered all of it. So it's like it was originally, grass or whatever, so like dirt. So I kind of got that washed out color to it, which looks fantastic. I love this. This is going to make the level a bit of a puzzler element. We got a bit of puzzles to it. We got a pretty basic. I'm guessing they're going to have tanks, like turrets, which is going to be awesome. Look at these enemies here. What the hell are they? Oh my god, this is cool. And this is where I think their own personality can shine. They don't look really traditionally like Spyro enemies. They kind of look like their own thing, but I think that's a fantastic thing. That's their own flair. That's their own creative flair. They're not using anything from Insomniac. They're actually using their own ideas. I wonder if they would use any of the cut enemies from Spyro 2, in the guidebook. That'd be pretty cool. In the epilogue, that'd actually be a good idea, but I don't know what their plan is. I almost is that guy an NPC or an enemy? Because he's got a key on him. He looks pretty important to me. But yeah, these enemies are big. Like, you can't mess with those guys, I don't reckon. But yeah, man, how good is this to see some more Spring Savanna stuff? I know people that, by our very nature are impatient people, and I can't blame people for being impatient about this because it's just so exciting, when we've got like essentially a new Spyro game coming out. That's pretty much what it's like. I mean, you can take away, you can say, oh, it's a fan game, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's more. I think it's more than the fan game. It's a game. It's a game that we're going to be able to play as Spyro in essentially the original model, with potential improvements on the original, given the fact that the graphical capabilities now are in line with the original, but also improved because of the things that I brought up before. One thing, this is a slight nitpick, which hopefully MonacledPotato, if you're watching this, it would be good if I'm looking at the audio levels of this, the sound effects greatly are like far, far louder than the actual game audio. So I would put that lower in the actual settings itself, as opposed to having to do it manually. That's just me pointing that out. But yeah, I don't think I'll watch through the whole thing again. But yeah, spirit particles as well. That's another thing. I didn't realize that. Yeah, you see the spirit particles at the top there. Yeah, of course, Spyro 2 you don't get gems for killing the enemies. Or should I say sending the enemies to a holding spot where they're not actually dead. That's what I choose to believe. Yeah. Another thing is that there's sort of like almost a blur effect on the text here, which is interesting. It looks alright. I feel like it would be better with like a slightly darker color, but that's, again, this is me nitpicking here, but I think it's good to do that too. I think, they listen to the feedback. I mean, everyone does, with Myths Awaken as well, Cyrides and that, they look at the feedback, and feedback is good, and it's good to give critiques about things that you like and what you don't like. For example, there's a jump there, the jumping there, when you like go from a sort of a charge jump, it kind of like the camera sort of almost pushes Spyro down slightly. But again, a lot of our inevitable critiques as well are based on stuff that they know is going to be fixed later anyway. So like that's one of those things where, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, gems look pretty cool as well. They're like slightly floaty in some ways on that rock as well. But yeah, that's cool. I don't know what more to say apart from just wow, just they've done an excellent job. There's really, it's like, I don't know what to say, whether to just shut the hell up and let you guys watch it and just watch it in awe. And especially how good was it hearing Glacial Falls music actually, not just on MrModez's channel, but actually in the level now. You're actually getting to hear it. It's going to be truly amazing. I can't wait to hear Meadow Cliffs and Xeriscape and all those tracks like this. Actually, there was the music at the start. It sounded like the the Spyro, the Spyro 2 like intro music, right? It sounds like MrModez actually made a new version of that, which is just it's so exciting, just so exciting. All right, let's cut back to Glacial Falls one more time as well. Actually, we'll have a quick look. Look at this. I'm so excited for Deserted Bay. That skybox like modified again. Oh my god. Here it is again. Because I honestly, I want to make this video just 500 minutes and just me just go on about it. How good the skybox is. How good every element of this level is. Like, this is how you make a Spyro game, guys. This is how you do it. And the amazing thing is that, you know, as far as I know, but this could change, but I hope it doesn't. This model will eventually go open source, which means that you guys can make your own Spyro games with this model. As much as I appreciate some of the amazing other models that are happening, that are like in the works right now in the other fan games, this is just fantastic, and it's such a authentic looking model to the original, and it's going to, when it's all done, it's going to speed up the process of fan games, because a lot of people, the biggest problem is the controls. That's just the reality. Controls are a huge part of a game, and that's why, yeah, okay, as much as, you know, it can be annoying to, you know, get organized immediately. I understand when people, you know, early on was saying, oh, you know, you got to focus on the controls. You got to focus on the controls. They're important. No, that's a valid point. But I guess my point was more, and their point was more, that yes, it will come, they will do it. But now that it's done, they can focus on the fun stuff. They can focus on more of the fun stuff, like enemies, level design, you know, textures, all that sort of stuff. So, guys, it's been fantastic. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy Spring Savanna. Look, I don't know when the release is, so don't ask me when it's coming out. But if everything's on track, maybe we'll see it next year. Maybe we'll see it in 2018. I mean, they've came a long way this year, absolutely. And you know, things like controls, things like this, getting this on the right step, getting this to be nearly perfect is huge for the game, because it means that they can work on other stuff. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this Spring Savanna video. I will see you later. Enjoy the CrystalFissure ending, and goodbye.
I've been asked, let's go. I have nothing to ask. I. The man.